masaya kapag may labay nagkakaisa. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, basketball na. Ang bawat labay pinaghahandaan, kaya yumayanig ang bakbakan. Todo suporta ang lahat sa kanya-kanyang kupunan. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalis.
This is Mix Gomez at your service alongside Coach Mike Perez. Now, Coach Mike, we saw Bicol, but we're gonna see Negros in a while. I'd like you to talk about them because they had 2 victories already. How impressed are you with their squad?
Well, I'm very impressed with the help that they're getting from the bench and a lot of resiliency, lalo na in that last game against Pasay. Showed a lot of composure and poise. We'll see how they do today.
Okay, now, looking at our teams, even before they went to their locker rooms, may napansin tayong missing link. And I think Andrea has something to say about that right now. Andrea, who might be missing in today's action?
Yes, Migs, tama ka nga at ang salarin, ang napakainit na panahon. Alam mo na kwento nga sa akin ni Coach Raymond Valenzuela that one of his players, Mark Yu, won't be present and won't be playing for today. Apparently, yesterday before going to practice, nag-collapse daw sa bahay itong si Mark sa sobrang init and he was even rushed to the hospital for immediate treatment. Imagine mga kaliga, a player who is in his prime condition, who is in great shape, talaga namang tinamaan ng init ng panahon. A reminder to us all to stay safe in this kind of weather. Right, gentlemen?
There you have it. Thank you, Andrea, for that report and that reminder as well. Now let's proceed to the previous game of Bicolandia, wherein Marvin Lee did top score for them. Now, Coach, this is a team that lost versus Zamboanga in their previous outing, and that's by 15 points. Would you say that it was just because it was a tough team that they went up against?
Well, it really was a tough team that they went up against. Bicol really is a team that loves to run. In that game, they trailed the entire game. They were down by as much as 28. Tried to do a run in the third quarter, but the deficit was really just too much. They shot well from the field, got a lot of help from the bench, from Lee and Alanes, but just the 18 turnovers that they awarded to Zamboanga, which resulted in 36 points, really told on them in that game.
Wow, even their three-point shooting was already at a high percentage,
right.
But those turnovers were a big offset for Bicolandia, so let's see if they can take good care of that basketball a lot better in today's outing. Now let's talk about their opponents in Negros. Coach Monitan is still here in this team, or is it Coach Moni Garcia for Negros? So one thing's for sure, the first name is Boni for the head coach of Negros in this season. Let's talk about their previous outing, another win here in the Mpbl.
Might just have been the best game so far that we played here in the Mpbl. Double overtime game against Pasay, 7 lead changes, 10 ties in all, crashed the offensive boards, shot really well from the free throw and got a huge lift also from the bench. Actually, 52 of the 56 points came a lot from Jeremy Cruz, James Una, and Jeff Comia, and really just Jeremy Cruz being consistent for 2 games now. He's had 12 versus Marikina in that win too.
Well, personally, I'm very happy for Jeremy Cruz because he's been waiting for his shining moment here in the Mpbl. Just traveling through some teams here and there. Batangas, once upon a time, was a home for him as a homegrown himself. But it didn't work out. Last year, he was with Bulacan. But in the previous outing, you did mention he was a top scorer in that double overtime victory. You see the numbers right there, 39%, 37%, not the worst. Points in the paint was good for them. So to go alongside the good shooting of Jeremy Cruz, they were scoring there in the interior.
That's right. And really, Pasay could not stop Jeremy Cruz in that overtime, especially in the second overtime. And so which led to that win in favor for Negros.
Okay, my apologies to the whole Garcia family. It is Coach Boni Garcia heading the way for Renz Palma and the rest of Negros here in the 6th season of the Mpbl. Those are 2 lethal shooting guards that we have to watch out for the rest of the season. Mr. Renz Palma taking on Marvin Lee. Now, let's turn you over to Richard Tapos to get things going.
A pleasant afternoon and welcome to the first game here at the Cuneta Astrodome. It's Negros versus Bicolandia, live on the Mpbl FB page, YouTube channel, MPTV Signal Channel 98, MPTV Satellite Channel 53 and on Pilipinas Live app. This is the 2024 Buenas Manny Pacquiao's Mpbl Season 6, presented by Extreme. Now let's make way for the starting lineups. First, the Bicolanja Oragons. At center number 5, Rap Go. Forward number 10, RJ Delis. Power forward number 23, John Rojas. Starting at guard number 19, JV Gallego. And at one guard number 14, Rafi Reyes. Bicolanja Oragons is led by Raymond Valenzuela. His assistants are Jay Mariano, Jun Dizon, Gino Ludovice, Matt Sia, and Maverick Chua. Team manager Adrian Ang Lim. Team owner is Mark Tan. Now starting for Negros, Muscovados. At guard number 2, Ivan Ludovice. Power forward number 20, Mark Atabay. Playing center number 26, Jeremy Mahinay. Starting at guard number 77, Renz Palma. Small forward number 19, Alvin Capobres. Their head coach is Bonnie Garcia. Assistant coaches, Juan Miguel Martin and J.M. Lagumin. Assistant team manager, Rocky Gomez. The team managers are Vel Cabaling and Rendell Patricio. The team owners are John Gilbor and Grace Gilbor.
There you go. We just saw Coach Bonnie Garcia as these starting fives are brought to you by Buenas. Reyes, Gallego, Go, Rojas, Sendeles for Bicolandia, and it's Ludovice, Palma, Mahinay, Atabay, and Capobres for Negros. That is a tall front line for Negros to start this game. So just Atabay and Mahinay, Coach Mike, is already up there in terms of length. Then you add an Alvin Capobres who from time to time would play the 4 position. This should be very interesting.
Yeah, that's probably, we were talking about it in the previous game that we covered, and this might be one of the biggest triple towers that we've seen here in this season so far for Negros.
Atabay comes from Marikina, Mahinay from Quezon, and Capobres from Rizal. Palma is also from Nueva Ecija, as Mahinay misses, and here comes Bicolandia. JV Gallego, good to have him in the league, fresh from his stint with San Pedro. Pull up. That's a miss. Rebound Capobres.
Well, JV Gallego is one of those guys that we hope should be able to, perform to his potential of being a real scorer. As Renz Palma right there with a strong drive to the rack.
That is a real scorer for you, Mr. Renz Palma, who was a champion in Season 4 with Nueva Ecija. Bicolandia won't be able to score, and here comes Capobres. He misdribbled, turnover. Forward pass, Rafi Reyes tried to look for his big man to no avail. That was John Edsel Rojas who could not catch that ball. 2-0 so far, pick and roll action. That was a hard angle for Atabay.
Well, Mark Atabay really more of a pick and pop guy than it is a roller. Very few times that we've seen him do that. And one of those times, nagminti siya on that last roll.
And to your point, he's been working on a shot, which was pretty mandatory in their series versus Pampanga last year to try to draw out Balti Baltazar. As now there's a charge called on Rafael Go. We are covering a lot of players for the first time in our league, so please do bear with us as well. A lot of changes, new faces, but we welcome them all. Capobres. Where will they go? That's an absolute miscue.
That's right. Offense a little bit stalling right now. Parang second guessing yung mga players. Olo Devise in and out.
Good thing Ivan knew how to bail them out. So he was fouled. Rafi Reyes called for it. I asked Rafi, what's the biggest difference so far for you in your experience here in the 6th season? And he said, well, it's too early to tell. There are a lot of adjustments that have to be made. And because we aren't that cohesive as of yet, then we have to offset that with our defense. But now let's go to our courtside reporter, Andrea Endicio.
Just a continuation sa pinag-usapan natin kanina. According to their head coach, Coach Raymond Valenzuela, actually before daw 4 p.m. talaga ang ensayo nila to get the feel of the usual game time dito sa Mpbl. Pero grabe naman daw talaga ang init, sabi ni Coach, to the point na kahit hindi magsabi ang mga players niya, ramdam daw niya yung exhaustion nila. Mas mabilis daw talaga silang mapagod, mapabata o veterano, halatang drained after practice, and so they moved their training to 6 a.m. Kahapon lang daw talaga since game day today, they moved it back to 4 p.m. and unfortunately, that unfortunate event happened to Mark Q. Back to you guys.
Wow, so dalawang kalaban mo, either init or tulog.
Oh yeah, puyat ka na, nainitan ka pa, but really the heat is really just so much lately. And so everybody take care.
But then again, we can't blame anybody. It is a part of our geography as Mahinay gets fouled inside. Ngayon kapag nakatira ka sa isang islang pantropiko.
Oo. Talagang yung init mararamdaman mo.
But 6 a.m. It is early, although bata ka pa lang naman, you've gone through some practices at that time already.
And ako itong tatlong bigs ng Negros. I like this combination of Renz Palma, Mahina, as well as Mark Catabe, because you know each of them is unique to itself. Renz can actually run the entire floor. Mahina can take care of the low block, and Mark Catabe can do those pick and pop and perimeter shots.
Oh, Palma is the 2.
Right.
They even have Capobres at the 3.
Correct.
5-0, good start for Negros. Gallego bumps his way through. What a shot! And finally, that bench of Bicol can sit down.
I had to take that over the outstretched arms of the defenders from Negros.
Now a three-pointer for JV. Too strong. Rebound. And no foul. Gained by Rojas.
Actually, magiging interesting dito, in as much as Bicolanja would love to run. How they control the boards would really matter defensively.
So Davisa found an opening. Atabay got pushed. No foul there. Battle for the loose ball. That's what Mark is known for. Feed to Jeremy. No good. And here comes JV Gallego. Oh, he found himself wide open. That's long.
Biglang binitawan ni Mark Atabay.
That's why Renz Palma wasn't too happy about it.
Right.
Nice play, but was that a walk? Yes, it was.
That's a trouble right there, but you love that pocket pass by Capobres to the rolling Mahina.
Now James Una will check in for Negros as he present to you this play of the game, brought to you by Buenas. JV Gallego with his offhand. No glass needed for that. What do you call that? A layup or hook shot or what? Is it a sky hook?
Parang sky hook, eh?
Right. 2-5. Reyes, pick and pop. Go. Nice sidestep. Just couldn't buy a bucket, but he will get chances from the free throw line.
Yeah, and Rafael Go, even in his younger years when we covered him, really would play a lot from the outside. He's more of a perimeter guy. Eventually, siguro na-develop na lang niya yung post-up niya. But, you know, I'm not surprised at all with the footwork that we've seen from him.
It's good that he's playing minutes because he only played 2 minutes and 49 seconds in the previous game versus Zamboanga. First free throw converted by Rafael Go. That's his first point. But he does have 3 boards so far as he works alongside Rafi Reyes. 5-3 is the tally. 6 minutes and 40 in the opening frame.
Both teams right now not shooting very well, both below 15%. And gotta do better execution offensively.
Renz Palma up top. Defended by JV Gallego. Saw an opening. That's short. Offensive rebound and the putback. That's for James Una.
And maganda kay James Una, as much as he's very agile, he too can locate those boards if needed and convert them into points.
7-4. No basket right there by the big man. And here comes Ivan Ludovice. Give and go. No foul. Great honest defense by Rafael Go.
Yeah, good drop coverage right there by Rafael Go. Anticipated that little get action between Mark and Ivan.
So now it's a baseline inbound. Palma on to Capobres. Back up to Ivan. Renz driving left, faking the pass, and he's fouled. That's 2 free throws.
And you could immediately see how Mark Atapay tried to spread out after Renz Pama drove middle. Hindi nag-roll, went to a pick and pop action.
It's good to see the confidence from him.
Yeah.
Trusting his own range as Palma converts from the line. He has 3 points so far after scoring 6 in their previous game with 7 rebounds and 4 assists. A lot of leadership duties for him this season as this free throw is brought to you by Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kompletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. Rafi Reyes. Rojas trying to post up against Una. He spins, he's fouled.
Good move right there. Saw that double coming from the high side and really just spun baseline.
Have you covered this guy before?
Not yet.
I'm really interested as to what he can show us this season. It is a long season, but that's a short attempt on the free throw line. And by the way, Bicol, as you get to see Coach Raymond Valenzuela back in the Mpbl, Bicol will be hosting sometime in the 6th season of the Mpbl. So we got to get ready for that 12-hour road trip once more.
Didn't we have a game last year?
Wala.
Wala, ano?
It was years ago before the pandemic as Palma is fouled. Good for him to be aggressive. But that last home game of Bicol featured the likes of Ron J. Buenafe, Alwin Alday, sila pa yun, yung lineup ng Bicol. That was in season 3.
Meanwhile, Renz Palma, I think one of the adjustments that he's making right now is that wala yung mga normal personnel, Mabulak, Jay Collado. May mga moments na maramdaman mo, he's looking for them eh. But I guess the opportunity for him is he gets to shine on his own spotlight, an opportunity to lead this team.
And wasn't that his original identity before he went to Nueva Ecija? He was a shining scorer.
Yeah.
So, let's see if he can regress back to the mean.
Right.
11-4. Oh, nice cross by Reyes, who's now blocked by Una. Last touch apparently by Negros. Referee Carol Guay is arguing that the ball hit the side of the board.
How about that help low side right there by James Una? Timed it perfectly at the apex of that shot.
So just to clear it up, when the ball hits that under part of the rim or the board as Go scores inside, it's outside, Coach Mike.
Right.
Kapag sa ilalim, paano ko sa gilid?
Hindi, butik yun eh.
Okay, so it's sa ilalim lang. Jem Cruz for 3, too strong. Rebound Dennis, 3-on-3. Good tracking back right there by Negros. And here comes JV Gallego, up top to RJ. 13 on the shot clock. Bicol down by 5. Rafi Reyes spins. Rafi Reyes misses. Got his own board. RJ Deles for 3. In and out. Offensive rebound. Great battle inside. Last touch by Negros.
Hanggang ngayon, ang baba pa rin ang shooting percentage ng parehong team na to. 12 and 20% respectively for Bicol and Negros. But, you know, they're getting a lot of attempts, 9 and 10 respectively. But, you know, part of it really has to do with the defense that's put up by the opponent too.
On the case of Negros, we've seen more points from the free throw line.
Right.
7 out of 8. Gallego drives. Great physicality by JV, and now he will proceed to the line.
A lot of versatility right there by JV. Trying to go inside, couldn't hit the shots from the outside. Claimed that baseline and to attempt for that shot.
That's actually his senior in San Beda. Ivan Ludovice.
Yeah.
Pero senior na senior. I was joking with Ivan before this game. Sabi ko, isa lang tanong ko sa'yo, ilang taong ka na? And he said, 33. Ayan. As the leader of Negros. Si Renz Palma kasi hindi yan sobrang vocal. So, more of that communication will have to come from Ivan Ludovice, who reached the finals last year with Bacoor.
And I like that you spoke about communication kasi ang mga nakikita ko rin madalas dito sa Negros, they love to talk, especially on dead ball situations, trying to strategize and communicate with each one on their coverages.
That's good. That would make Coach Bonnie Garcia, not Tan, proud of his team. As Mahinay returns for Una. Wow, quick subs for their bigs.
Speaking of big, malaking coming off the bench talaga si Jeff Comia para dito sa
Oh,
Negros.
yeah.
I mean, the guy can really score and create his own opportunities offensively.
At 17 in their previous game. Palma misfires. Good tap by Mahinay. Now they go to Ludovice. Sidestep, no foul, no basket. The other end we go. Marvin Lee to the right. Deles, the cutters, Rafael Go. Back to RJ. Up top, Marvin. Defended by Palma. That's a nice matchup. He drives. Tough shot. He
Wow.
makes it.
Marvin Reed really has come into his own. These past 2 games, he's been always double digits, very consistent. And one of the surprises, I guess, to me personally, para dito sa Bicol.
Well, I'm just happy that he's back in the MPBL after spending some time with San Miguel in the 3x3 as Jem Cruz converts from downtown.
And I think si Deles partnering with Marvin Lee is going to be key for Bicol, especially out in the open floor as they go fast breaks. Deles has struggled in the last game, and hopefully he's going to come back in this game after almost a double-double game in the first one.
Well, double-double was a bit of a staple for him last year.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's happy with the set of teammates that he has
Right.
in this campaign. Marvin Lee, another tough shot. No basket. Forward pass, 2-on-1. Renz Palma will score.
Yan naman ang kagandahan kay Ren. She bring it out in the open floor. He's gonna be able to finish strong just like how he did when he was a Rice Vanguard.
Now, this fast break of the game is brought to you by New Star Max. Win to the max. Renz Palma surpassing his previous game output of 6 points with that shot. He's had to overcome the defense of Marvin Lee, but it's no problem for him. The score is 16-8, under 3 minutes remaining in the opening quarter.
Challenge mamaya sa halftime ng ating third game. Or you can win a brand new Suzuki Avis motorcycle. Mamaya muna sa halftime ng ating third game. Suzuki, the official motorcycle partner of the Mpbl.
Jem Cruz, a double-double versus the Pasay Voyagers. Coach Mike, your thoughts?
Matindi dyan yung efficiency niya. Yung 8 of 19, he was consistent all throughout. I think the only quarter that he didn't score was the third quarter. But, you know, very important, lalo na yung 6 points niya in the second overtime, which sealed the win for Negros.
That's 42% shooting efficiency for Jem Cruz in the previous outing. What percentage would you say is high and what is low? Ano yung quota?
Ako sa akin, 45% would be
Okay.
acceptable now.
So could be better pa yung kay
Yeah.
Jem Cruz. Well, he did shoot 11 3-pointers in terms of attempts in that previous game, making 4. As a foul is called on Negros. By the way, the guy who got subbed out, James Una, even though he came off the bench, already has 3 fouls. We continue. RJ Deles. 8 on the shot clock. Up top, Marvin Lee. Drive.
Good
Nice
pass.
pass. But a sorry finish there for Burgos.
Medyo malalim rin yung pagkaka-finish ni Burgos. Timely help though by Mahinay as well.
Jeff Comia. What a cross. Leaner. Short. Mahinay. That's why he's there.
And the moment that Jeff Comia rejected that move going middle, instead went lane side, medyo na out of momentum yung defender niya. And the good thing also that Mahinay was there to claim that offensive rebound.
So that's 5 rebounds now in this game for Jeremy Mahinay. But he could not convert from the stripe. One more for Jeremy. Actually, last year, he wasn't in the solid rotation of the Quezon Huskers. Remember that?
Yeah.
So this could be his breakout year in the MPBL. He certainly has that opportunity.
And at certain moments when he was at Quezon, nararamdaman mo yung frustration niya. He wanted to play more minutes, but you know, foul trouble and a little bit of temper then limited him from playing so much more minutes.
Oh yeah, a lot of his opponents would play mind games against him. Lalo na dito sa MPBL, ang dami mong veteranong kalaban. Got a sub. Speaking of veterans, Chris Javier is in. Former San Juan Knight. Look at him enjoy his presence on the floor, but that pass was too low from Rafi Reyes.
A bad out-of-bounds play right there for Bicol.
There's Coach Raymond shouting defense. Let's see if they can respond quickly. It's down by 8 in this low-scoring frame. You did mention it's a low percentage for these two teams. 18% right now for Bicol and 25% for Negros.
And Bicol going 0 out of 6 from 3 as well.
And your quota is 45%.
Right. Malayo.
10 on the shot clock. Bricks Ramos. What can he do? Bricks spins and kicks. Nice pass. Jeremy Cruz off to the right. Offensive rebound, but that's snatched away by Marvin Lee.
But Marvin Lee is trying to find an opening right now.
Rafi Reyes will fire. Too strong. Offensive rebound to Burgos. There's the cutter. Rafi, still no good. What a struggle for him. Again, it's another offensive board. The ball went out of bounds in favor of the white shirts.
Shots that they're missing actually very makeable. Malapit, unchallenged, but you know, really just struggling to make any.
Reyes himself is now 0 out of 4 from the field. Javier escapes, Javier scores.
Good move by Chris Javier right there, going baseline. Defense a little bit late for Mahinay too.
44 seconds before the end of one. Ramos is blocked. Good defense by Rafi Reyes. That's the offset that he was trying to talk about. Marvin Lee. See the cohesion, they're not too happy.
That's right.
At least for that play. Rafi Reyes, pull up. Wala pa rin. 0 out of 5. Make that 0 out of 6 for Rafi. Comia almost traveled. Now it's practically no difference between the game clock and the shot clock, so Hubert Cani will use up the time. Two-man game up top, 6 seconds. The former Imus player driving, no good on his shot, and that's it for the opening frame, 16 to 10.
Well, a little bit of challenge really in terms of makes, both really still 19 and 22% shooting of almost 40 attempts between these two clubs, and really just struggling offensively in the first quarter.
All right, to see some highlights. Vince Palma, at least he went off to have a great start for the Negros squad in this game. JV Gallego, that was the first basket of Bicol after a long while, so they gladly took it. Marvin Lee also had a tough shot, two-pointer, and he wasn't able to convert from the three-point line so far, his usual specialty. And then more of this guy.
Yeah. Renz Palma is really just leading the way for Negros, and hopefully he gets a better, more other quarters in this match.
The end of the first quarter, the score is brought to you by Game X. 6-point lead for Negros. You're back inside the Cuneta Astrodome in Pasay City for your MPBL Tuesday. This is Mix Gomez at your service alongside Coach Mike Perez and Andrea Endicio. Second quarter is now underway. Marvin Lee misfires. And Mahinay gets another board. That is number 7 for him. Hubert Cani using the pick. Cross and kick. Ramos. His turn to drive. One-hander is short. All out of bounds in favor of the white shirts.
Really, that lane was pretty much open for him and really just short on that shot attempt. Kung tinignan mo yung fast break, it's 6-0 in favor of Negros. Ironically, I expect natin tatakbo dito Bicolandia, but Negros is really able to come back in transition defense and preventing any fast break points for the white shirts.
That's a good sign from Coach Bonnie Garcia, who did work very hard in the offseason to assemble this team. Now, the returning Shaq Alanes just bought himself a basket. Aren't you happy to have him back in the Mpbl? It's been quite a while.
Yeah. Tsaka napakalaki ng bagay na binibigay niya, lalo na sa outside sniping. I mean, he's really known for those threes. Catch and shoot, escape dribbles. That's pretty much Alanes.
All right, now let's go back to Andrea.
After their win in that double overtime, sabi ni Coach Bonnie Garcia, everything became more positive. Napakalight ng atmosphere sa practice at mas madaling mag-absorb ang mga players niya. Ito daw ang produkto ng feeling na you know you're capable of winning if you follow the rules. Andyan ang rules pag game at practice, pero pwede pa rin ng kulitan during their spare time. Actually, lately nga daw, they devote not just 3 hours but half of their day to the team. 6 a.m. magkakasama na daw sila para mag-jogging. Next niyan ay ensayo, tapos kakain na magkakasama. Minsan nga daw may swimming pa. More than developing the team's chemistry, gusto rin daw ni Coach makita ang attitude ng players outside the court dahil dito niya daw nakikilala ang mga players niya and what would be his best approach sa bawat isa sa kanila. Back to you guys.
So walang excuse ang 6 a.m. training para sa Bicol dahil 6 a.m. naman sa kabila ang Negros. Ang maganda sa Negros, kahit na maaga kayo gigising at iinit yan at some point, as this 3-point shot is brought to you by Extreme One-Stop Shop Appliances. But back to the culture of Coach Bonnie Garcia, which Jem Cruz is obviously enjoying. May swimming sila. So magandang offset yun sa init.
That's right. At saka maganda yung foundation on the culture and the bonding. Right now, you're winning games, which is really shows a lot of positive attitude. But, things hopefully still continue to be that way despite, the losses that would come their way if ever it does.
And that positive culture, after all, was kind of what these players of Negros expected, because coming into this team of Coach Bonnie, they already had this image of Coach Bonnie as like a father figure. Magkakatiwalaan mo talaga yan bilang isang coach. So we are happy for them as Mahinay fires and misses. Bicol is down by 5. Burgos on the move. He scores. What a start for Charles Burgos.
Well, I guess the speed of fast break nitong Bicol, not so much the same as the first time that we saw them against Sarangani, but a lot of it really is because of the transition defense of Negros being able to come back and, cover the open floor.
By the way, Burgos now has 2 points and 5 boards in this game. Cruz, Bucani, 3 on the shot clock. Hubert has to do something. Kick out. Jeff, wala na. That's clearly late.
Yeah, by the time na nakuha ni Jeff, wala nang oras. He wanted to look at the clock and see if he still got time. Evidently, that buzzer sounded.
Pagtingin niya, sumakto, 0. Basically, napanood niya lang yung oras na naubos.
Medyo matagal din mag-develop yung offense ng Negros, lately. At least we've seen a little bit of that in the first quarter, some of it in the second.
Then we've seen 4 turnovers. Also 4 on the other end for Bicol. It's another stop for Negros. Hubert Cani. One guy open at the right. Mahinay bumps his way through. You can see the height advantage.
Yeah.
No basket. Oh! Almost a nice counter steal. Alanes, they have numbers. Rojas is called for a charge. That is quite unfortunate.
Yeah, sayang. They had the defense reeling right there. But, called for that offensive foul.
So there's the transition defense that you were talking about.
That's right. And really just staying in front of everyone, especially with the man on the ball.
Now, to add to the problems of Bicol, that's already the 3rd foul in this game for John Rojas.
RJ Dennis for John Rojas.
And one thing too, looking at the roster of Negros, medyo formidable yung guard rotation nila I mean, nilabas mo si Hubert Cani, pinalit mo si Ivan Ludovice. That's pretty huge exchange of guards.
Let's just hope that they can keep the score
Right.
up until the end of the season as Jem Cruz misfires. Rebound Ellis.
Saka may mga complementary pieces din. I mean, Jem Cruz is a good one sniping from the outside. Jeff Comilla is going to play a vital role, especially as he comes off the bench.
19 seconds on shot clock.
I would also say that he's perfect as a spark plug.
Yeah,
Talking about Jeff Comia.
yeah. Grabe yung energy rin kasi na binibigay ni Jeff, lalo na at moments when you need it. You saw that in that game against Pasay.
Offensive foul,
Really pumped up for that game.
RJ Delis was just called for a charge.
Palma comes in for Jeff
Bicol is not too happy with the call so far in this game. Maybe it's one of the retransitions of our players as we return to the MPBL season.
But I think importante si Deles needs to get over that hump. I mean, he opened it up with a 16-15-6 against Mindoro. In the last game, it was 5-6 and 3. 5.6 rebounds and 3 assists. Medyo malayo dun sa normal numbers niya when they started the season.
Then he come back as Mahinay misses. And here comes Marvin Lee. It's only a one-possession game. 16-19. This is for the tie. It's no good. Too strong. Good effort on the glass. But there was a pull. So that's a foul on Mpbl.
Number 5, Rat Boy, 7, 13 foul.
Mark Atabay returns.
Returning for
Tsaka si Marvin Lee obviously is a marked man right now for Bicol, and him bringing down the ball, mas lalo nakafocus sa kanya yung defense. Unlike, if he's coming off ball, medyo nilolocate pa siya ng defense kung saan siya pupunta.
I remember those days when he was teamed up with Renzo Subido playing for UST. Takbo lang sila ng takbo. Dalawa sila.
Oo.
Let the guards find them, and they were pretty successful as that was a nice feed by Jem Cruz to find Mark Atabay.
You love a sniper like Jeff Cruz who could actually locate rollers as well. Right there, a little high-low on a good roll by Atabay.
That's 8 assists now in this game for Negros. 3 of them coming from Ivan Ludovice, so he's the top guy in terms of dimes so far. Now, Atabay's on the run. How about him play point guard? That's no good. No finish, and here's the counter. Marvin Lee down the middle. Kick out to the wrong person. He tried to pass the ball to Coach Bonnie Garcia. That's not usually a good idea.
Yeah, bad angle too on that pass by Marvin Lee. Had the right thing in mind, but how about this roll by Atabay right here?
Now, this lucky fan of the game is brought to you by Buenas. Certainly a better angle in that find. Here's Renz Palma. 2 screens up top. He goes left. Nice feed. Atabay turning around. How about the confidence of this young man?
And that high stagger right there. There's 3 people involved for Negros. Really very potent on each point of attack. Atabay, Palma, as well as Jem Cruz.
Again, I'd like to give a big shout out to Coach Elvis Tolentino for the development he's caused for a couple of players in the MPBL who have now transitioned into other programs. Palma, too strong on the layup. Rebound for Bicol. Can they maximize? Garena, kick out. Alanes, one-hander. No good.
But Alanis had the right thing in mind. The defense was closing out on him. So that on that catch and shoot, tried to get away from it with an escape dribble, but really just couldn't sink the floater.
Jem Cruz straight away.
Wow.
3-pointer. He has 9 points in this game following his 22-point outburst in their previous outing. Could this be his breakout year in the MPBL?
No, I think so too. He's been pretty solid on the first 3 games that he's played. They're now 3 out of 9 from 3-point region. Really good percentage right now from there for Negros.
Good to have him play like this for Negros. We have a timeout. 26-16 is the tally. Jeremy Cruz has made all of the 3-pointers of Negros so far, and his percentage is 50%, which
Yeah.
means pasado siya kay Coach Mike Perez. The quota is 45% to impress my partner here at the sideline, which is pretty high, if I must say, but Yun naman ang gusto ko sa inyo eh. Mataas ang standard ninyo. And you can challenge the players here and there. My name is Mick Gomez, by the way. And we also have Andrea Endicio reporting for duty here inside the Cuneta Astrodome. Negros up by 10. Nice steal by Jem. He's feeling himself.
Yeah, ganda
And
ng
he's fouled.
anticipation. Yeah. That's a good anticipation. Saw that empty ball screen on one end and knew that pass was going to the roller.
I got a story for you. My first courtside year for UE, I saw Jem Cruz. I wondered, who is this guy? Why is he in the starting lineup alongside Alvin Pasaol for Coach Derek Pumarin? I never really got satisfied with what I saw from him playing for UE, as Marvin Lee, who played for USD back then, now he scores with the layup. So when I saw Jem Cruz in the Mpbl, I thought, may ibubuga pa to. May nakita dati si Manong Derek dito na hindi pa natin nakikita, and this should be it. Finally, after a couple of years, he's showing that he's such a gunner and he's a good passer as well. But Ivan Ludovice wasn't able to convert on the three-pointer in their previous possession.
Yeah. And kita mo naman yun eh. And he really just continues to be that available scorer para dito sa Negros. And we've seen that at least in the last 2 games that he's played. And right now, he's pretty solid still.
Look at that confidence. Just no good for Jem. Almost got it back. Great effort, not enough. We run to the other end. Gallego will slow things down. They have Lordy Caseros in the game, by the way. Short stab. Rafgo will score.
Well, good to see that confidence back for Rafael Go. We've been waiting for him to maybe do a little bit of a breakthrough performance, at least at the start of the season. And hopefully they start something for him.
Nice pass. Palma drives. Up and under. He made it look so easy. At napaganda pa. Basket and one for Mark Atabay.
Iba talaga yung combination ng mga bigs ng Negros eh. But, you know, Atabay right there, pretty close.
That wasn't the pass. That was supposed to be a shot. He did miss it. Talking about Renz Palma, but there was Mark Atabay at the right place at the right time. Let's see his numbers. Atabay now has 6 points and 5 boards in this game.
Dami rin mga kakampi ni Mark Atabay na na-scatter na all over, no? This season. Yeah.
By the way, 6 rebounds already for him.
Yeah, and you know, ang daming mga pieces that join the other teams that playing vital roles in their respective games.
JR Chavez will be in action later on versus Abra versus the Pasay Voyagers. That's just among others. Iba nga nasa, nasa ibang liga na. So excelling. As now, there's a foul called on Atabay. So Rafgo will proceed to the line.
Rafgo tried to put that ball on the floor on that closeout. Trying to claim an open spot.
He has similar numbers to Mark Atabay, talking about Rafgo. 6 points and 5 boards. First free throw is good. 21-29. Coach Raymond Valenzuela talking to a couple of people at the bench. And also Michael Makabalyog, who's now on the court. I gotta know how to pronounce that last name. It does have 2 L's in it. Maybe later. Up top, Una to the right. Ivan Ludovice. Oh, nice double team. But there's the recovery. Una for 3. Short. Great effort inside. How about that? Capobres batting it out. Atabay was there to help out as well. Was it jump ball?
And that's ball possession gonna go to Bicol.
Was it jump ball or out of bounds? Anyway, you were right, Coach Mike. Bicol will have possession here. 1 minute and 20 before halftime. Here's Marvin Lee. Lordy Caseros also wearing a new uniform in the season.
He's one guy that's got to start going rin para sa Bicol.
Pass back to Lordy. He was given a lot of space. 4 on the shot clock. There's the shot. And he scores.
May kasamang hesitation kanina. Kita na niya, open na, panira na. Pero inantay pa niya kung anong depensa bibigay ni Atabay.
Bumuelo pa ng onte. Let's see what happens. He already had a look. couple of dribbles. Would you actually say that there are some players who would be more comfortable kapag nanggaling sa pickup?
Yeah, may mga rhythm dribbles no? May mga players na gano'n eh.
Alright, we'll take a short break. Commissioner Kenneth Durendes, Head of Security Rudy Distrito, and Satar Macantal, our VIPs, joining us at the sideline. There you see them again. That's a nice cap for Sir Rudy, or Daddy Rudy, as you would call him here in the Mpbl family. Pass inside, good defense by Bicol. But there's the effort. Makabalog is alone on the floor, and they will get possession.
Well, one thing for sure, this Bicol team never short of effort at all. Pero maganda rin pinapakita na mga assist itong Negros. Right now, they're doing better at that department, 10 versus 7. But a lot of it's because of guys going to open spots and moving those men.
Ooh, almost a turnover for Lordy. And off of that scramble, we go back with Casajeros. 4 on the shot clock. 3-pointer for Makabalog. In and out, rebound Palma. 18 seconds before halftime. Nice pass. That's dime number 4 for Ivan Ludovice.
Yan naman magugustuhan mo dito kay Renz Palma. Once he gets that defensive board, he can actually start and initiate a fast break and find open men out there in the open.
5 seconds. Marvin Lee bumping his way through. No conversion. That's it for our first half. A lot of frustration right here for Bicol, but they're only down by 7, so this is totally manageable.
Yep, and right now, medyo adjusting pa, I feel, itong dalawang teams na to, but Negros really doing a better job so far in the first half.
It is 31-24 after 20 minutes of play. This halftime score is brought to you by Game X. And now we lead into you, our Buenas Player of the Week, the living legend of the Mpbl.
About resurrection. Diba? If this guy resurrects in the Mpbl, imagine.
Oh, Marky, no resurrection needed. He has been consistent for years already. Marky is actually going to be a huge topic for us in this whole night.
Yes, Mix, kasama ko nga ang pinakabagong Paranaque Patriot, walang iba kung hindi si Marky. Mark, historically, lahat ng team na naging part ka ay nakapasok ng playoffs. Ito ba yung challenge mo ngayon sa sarili mo?
Hindi naman, talagang ano lang, ginagawa lang akong instrumento ni Daddy God na kung saan team makapunta, lagi lang siyang, dinadala lang talaga siya lagi kasi siya yung, kumbaga siya yung lakas namin at saka wala talaga imposible sa kanya kahit hindi ganun. Walang naniniwala sa amin pero andyan si Daddy God, magtulong-tulong kami lahat, walang imposible sa kanya.
Still gunning for the playoffs, which might be a bonus to the mind of Marky, but he will play very hard day in and day out with his leadership to lead Escandor, who now goes backdoor. Good defense by Paranaque. Marky, again, a testament of his leadership and hard work, fighting for that ball on the ground. Just saw a fiery start for this team, this new squad of Marky. Speaking of double-double machines, Marky now has 11 points and 6 rebounds. He started off very well in this game. There you see him. His leadership, his way of playing is what you've been seeing that is lacking on the side of Paranaque.
Yung sino yung magiging go-to nila, who will talk to them.
10 on the shot clock. Marky. Ayan na. He apologized for not shooting it in their previous possession. Now he gets some retribution.
Again, the patience running that offense.
As a three-pointer from Marquis, who continues to be perfect from the field. Three-pointer, no good for Francis. Tempra, he hit Marquis. Inaayos na ni Marquis yung hit niya doon sa mukha. Natapik pa rin yung bola. Nakadepensa pa rin siya. His right arm. Marquis only needed one game to prove his worth once more. And his statement, Coach Louis, as what you said, liga niya pa rin to.
Liga niya pa rin to.
And at center, number 83, Mark Yee.
Shot clock winding down. Manalang out to Marquis. One on the shot clock. Marquis, second three-point shot of the game. Pocket pass to Mark. Intercepted by Wilson. He has Cruz ahead of the back. Chased down by Marquis. But contact downstairs. Oh my goodness.
Oh, man.
It's crazy how he's still able to make these kinds of plays on the run, chasing down an even faster player in Mark Cruz. Marquis sets the screen. Jello sets up Mark. He gets it to go. Double-double already para kay Marquis Sorella with Sarao in front of him. Parito wants it against Marquis.
Man.
That's just experience for you.
Oh, wow. Did you see that defense by Marquis? Gave that enough separation, allowing Parito to spin and eventually tipping that ball away from him.
But what was more impressive to me, Coach, was the timing on how he pulled it share.
That's right.
Sa tulong ng Panginoon, wala talagang imposible para makuha ang panalo na to. And then lahat po ng mga fans ng Paranaque na sumusuporta sa amin, kahit hindi naniniwala yung iba, pero wala talaga imposible sa Panginoon. Maraming salamat po.
Congratulations, Mark. I'll let you celebrate with your family. Our best player of the game, Marquis of the Paranaque Patriots. He had 13 points, pero yung impact mo was more than those 13 points.
And it will all be worth it as you get some victories like this. Marquis would have been the other guy to have gotten that Best Player of the Game award. 18 points, 18 rebounds. Boy, is this his league or what? He's very excellent for who might just be the greatest of all time so far in the history of the Mpbl. back for Bicolandia versus Negros. The score is 31-24 in favor of Negros in this game. Let's see some numbers.
Right now, field goals both below 30% right now, Bicolandia and Negros, with Bicol going out of 11 from 3. Clearly very glaring yan, and it's only been Jem Cruz who's made his shots from the outside. Speaking of Negros, assist better ball distribution on the side of Negros. Rebounds, Bicolandia got 31 points pero really couldn't exploit that on their transition offense because of the defense of Negros then.
Alright, so let's see if the rims will be kinder to our players, including Marvin Lee, who was 0 out of 3 from downtown in the first 20 minutes. Renz Palma got it going with 8 points in the first quarter, but he was quite silent in the second frame, relatively speaking. Good thing though, Mark Atabay did step up for them, not only in the scoring department, but in the rebounding department as well. Atabay had 6 boards, just behind Jeremy Mahina's 8.
And Mark Atabay leading all scorers, 9 apiece, together with Jem Cruz, Renz Palma, like what you mentioned, 8 points to his name, and Ivan Ludovice, the other guy who scored so far for Negros with 2 points.
Ivan has 4 dimes to his name. On the other end, the SGL player from Letran, Rafael Go, leads the way with 8 for the white shirts. Marvin Lee has 4, but then again, he hasn't converted from downtown, his usual recipe for success wherever he may play.
Actually, pati si Shaq Alanes medyo still can't catch a rhythm right now.
Yeah, but what type of defense is this? Is it a 2-3?
2-3.
But it was extended up until near half court.
Right. They shifted it a little bit going on that side of the floor.
RJ Deles, finally the first 3-pointer of Bicol in this game.
And he should really start going now para dito sa Bicol. It opens up a lot of things for them.
See RJ's numbers so far in this game. We'll check that. First 3 points for him. Ludovice, no good. Rebound Javier with a taunt or with a roar. He felt that. Inside, that pass won't go through. Good defense by Renz Palma.
Tsaka medyo mababa yung pasa intended for Rafael Go.
Here's Capobres, usual range. Too strong. The other end we go. Jem Cruz tried to anticipate that pass to no avail.
Yeah, bilis rin talaga ng baba ng depensa ng Negros. We've been saying this repeatedly throughout this coverage.
Chris Javier, short. Imagine if that went in.
1 versus 3 kaagad yung fast break kanina eh.
Kick out. Oh, he checked. And that's off of the head of Rafael Go. Bicol's gonna miss this guy, by the way, once he's gone by June. That's usually the time wherein the NCAA players will return to their schools. Jem Cruz, wide open. Too easy.
Yeah, kaya very important na when you build your team, you don't focus it so much on the SGLs. You know, they have to be complementary pieces, not the main piece of your schemes.
Oh, we saw that take a lot of effect to Sarangani last year. They had the most number of SGLs. And most of them were actually their stars.
Right. Even Muntinlupa. When JL exited, right?
Pero buti sa kanila, they're kind of deeper without the SGLs, as Renz Palma scores off of that feed by Jeremy Cruz.
But majority ng mga stats ng guards really being provided by JL. Kaya
triple-double pa naman.
Haramdaman nila when he left.
They still made the playoffs. Talking about Muntinlupa, but now we're back with Negros and Bicol. Step back for RJ. That's good. 2 threes for RJ Deles.
Nice. Now 2 out of 2 from beyond. And that's the RJ Deles that we saw when they went up against Sarangani on opening day.
What were his numbers again? Marami yun. 16, 15, and 6.
Yep. Double-double that game.
Almost a triple-double.
Right.
Now Deles gives up that forward pass. Eagles only down by 6. Go. High-low. Javier with a mismatch. Short air ball. Now we go to the other end. No numbers for Capobres. He still attacks, and then he lost the ball, but that was off of Rafi Reyes.
Everyone almost dragging their feet going to the fast break in Negros, and so they bring in Jeff Comia.
This 3-point shot is brought to you by Extreme One-Stop Shop Appliances. step back for RJ Deles. 6 points now in this game for him off of 2 3-pointers.
Tsaka wala, nakakagulat dun, walang pressure yung depensa.
Oh, and speaking of no pressure, there definitely was no guy in front of Jem Cruz for that 3.
Yeah, alam mo talaga yung may intent na tumira sa labason, yung mga lisensyado. And right there, Jem Cruz really just hoisting and lifting for that attempt.
That's 5 threes in this game for Jem Cruz. Javier, offensive board, no basket. Jem's playing an all-around game. Nice pass to the Vice to Palma for 2.
Now you see a little bit more of speed, especially with Palma and Jeff Comia right here for Negros. And fast break points. It's 8 and 4 in favor of Negros right now.
That being said, the 33-year-old Ivan Lutavice will have to keep up with their speed. But it seems as if he's looking good. As Comia now passes the ball to his kuya. With the Vice, back to Jeff, a lot of space. That's too easy.
That zone really got skewed to that right side of the floor. Didn't have enough time to recover. The other guy on the other end really just couldn't get to Jeff.
Here's the replay to the Vice, calculated as always. I know you love that word. There's that pass to Jeff Comia. So it's already a big impact made by him early in the third quarter. It's now a 13-point lead. Jeff Comia had 17 points with 7 boards and 4 dimes versus the Pasay Voyagers. But Coach Mike, 9 out of 9 from the free throw line. I would say that was even more impressive.
Yeah, 17 and 7. Lalo na nga yung free throw na sinasabi mo, 9 out of 9. Played a vital role, kept that game close for Negros leading up to that win.
Almost a steal by Comia. He did mention the pace got different as soon as he stepped in. They were ready to run already. But this is a small lineup for them with Jem Cruz playing the 4 as Marvin Lee finally also converts from downtown.
And it's so much better if he moves off ball.
Oh, Renz Palma. That looked good. Everything but the shot.
Medyo point blank yung mga misses so far ni Renz Palma, at least for the last 3 attempts.
Marvin Lee, pull up. He's feeling it.
And there you go. First off ball, got that shot. Did a little hessy before rising up for that elbow jumper.
That's 9 points now for Marvin Lee in this game. And the lead is 8. That's more important for them after they trailed by as many as 13. 8 on the shot clock. Palma, what will they do? Atabay.
Too far out.
4 seconds. Back to Mark. Off to the right.
Mid-range Mark, pero not far, no?
And certainly he needs to have the space as Marvin Lee got some space and converts. So that's 8 straight points from him.
Yep, and you know, defense always very late. Little hesitation moves by Marvin Lee and gets him another bucket right there. The Frisian defense after that screen and just rose unchallenged on that shot.
Negros has to be wary about this.
Oh, yeah.
When this guy gets going, he definitely gets going. They have a timeout. The lead is down to 5. Jeremy Cruz, after scoring 22 in the previous game, already has 15 and we're not even done in the third quarter.
Yeah, more importantly, napaka-consistent yan, even on that first game. And Jeremy really, just like this one, is consistently providing those much-needed points, and he's doing it in a variety of ways. And you know, he's a shooter that can actually pass too. Yun ang importante dun.
And well, his shooting is still above 45%.
Right.
Now, Andrea Endicio was talking to Mr. Jem Cruz during halftime, so let's see what she has for us.
Jeremy Cruz has been a vital component of Negros. Back-to-back na nga siyang best player and the 27-year-old told me his secret to how he can sustain his performance. 4 times a week for 1 hour and a half straight. Nagsushooting lang daw talaga siya sa lugar nila sa Bulacan. Aside from their daily practice, this is one of his mandatories. At talaga nga namang, basketball is life dahil even after ensayo, pag uwi niya, tinuturuan niya pa daw ang kanyang kapatid who is also in junior Mpbl. Being in a family of 4 boys, lahat basketball players. Isama pa ang tatay nila. Sanay na daw talaga siyang sa basketball. Umiikot ang buhay niya. Megs and Coach Mike.
Wala palang choice si Jem Cruz.
Pero ang sarap nun, ha? You live grew up in a family of basketball players. I mean,
well, pressure comes with that.
I know.
But to your point,
masaya.
Masaya.
There's joy to it because you share the same passion.
It's non-stop talking basketball, non-stop learning. At alam mo yan, Coach, when you start coaching, even if it's your younger brother, it gives you a different perspective.
Right. So, minsan pag pinag-uusapan niyo yung basketball, you could go on for hours and hours.
Right.
And, the conversation just never ends.
Rojas, by the way, just scored against Jem Cruz. Let's see if Cruz can hold up his position playing the 4 as Hubert Cani misses, but there's Mahinay. No good on the follow. Good contest by Bicol. They're on the run. Oh, what a chase down block by Renz Palma.
Yeah, practically exposing that ball against Renz Palma. Not really a good thing. And you saw it right there. Really good timed block by Renz.
Well, Makabalog, after all, has been gone from this level of basketball for a long while. He's already up to 30 years old. So I asked him, what have you been doing all this time? You see the block story 5-3. And he said he worked for the government. It's still different, of course, when you have a day job. You're not able to practice basketball at this level, but we're happy to have him back. As Hubert Cani just scored. Oh, tough rebound for Mahinay.
Another fast break here for Negros.
And they maximize. Comia hangs and misses.
Well, look at the 4 guys out there in the open floor. Cruz, Comia, Cani, and Renz Palma, all finishers, very capable in fast breaks.
12 on the shot clock, and that is a conversion for Rojas. By the way, John Rojas, once upon a time, was coached by Bonnie Garcia. This is a bit of a reunion for him. Hubert Cani, no screen from Jem Cruz. Hubert said, kaya ko na to. There's the feed. Nice pass, but another sorry miss for Mahinay. Now here's Marvin Lee. He has numbers. 3-on-1. Tough pass. Ooh, nadulas pa. At bumalik kay Marvin Lee. Was that an assist to himself?
I think so.
Yun ang stat pad.
Pero natuto na rin siya sa experience kanina. Yung Renz Palma, you gotta give it up before you make any shot attempt.
He did have the numbers.
Yep.
There's a foul on the other end. Take a look at the replay. Break it down for us, Coach Mike.
And Marvin Lee right there checking the defense of Renz Palma. Had to give it up. Little fumble right there by Bicol and a good recovery by Marvin.
Ang tanong dun, assist ba yun ni Chris Javier? That's actually...
I think so.
Di ba?
Yeah.
Assist yun.
Yeah. Although it looked like a fumble, but
hindi sinasadya.
It led to a basket. So, assist dapat yun.
Renz Palma continuing to be perfect from the line. There's Coach Bonnie Garcia. Big shout out to the Garcia family. Ooh, 5 out of 6 now for Renz.
And you talked about Coach Bonnie being very fatherly to all his team. And dun nang gagaling din yung kumpiyansa ng mga players niya.
Oh, almost a walk, but there's a conversion by Rojas.
Not at all a good defense right there. You have help on the help side, but couldn't stop that roller.
It's now 47-46, make it 49-46 off of that leaner by Hubert Cani.
Walang drop coverage, at least on that last 2 dribble penetrations going middle ni Hubert Cani. You have to be able to locate the guy because he can shoot and create from there, make decisions.
3-pointer on the other end, no good. That's by Delis. Rojas on the follow. He's fouled.
Kadalasan sinasabi na pag tumira ka sa labas, long rebound dyan because there's high probability it's gonna back rim. And that's the only time that it becomes a long rebound. Pero pag front rim tumama yan, it's a short rebound altogether.
This last break of the game is brought to you by New Star Max. Win to the max. Hubert Cani can definitely finish. So there he is, exhibiting his skills once more. Rojas at the stripe. Also played for Coach Gino Manansala. But St. Clair doesn't play in UCAL, right?
No.
Naasku. CEU ang UCAL.
Yes.
Coach Derek.
No, right now it's Coach Jeff Perlas.
Jeff Perlas na. Okay. So, umikot din si Rojas dun eh. Kay Manong Derek. Jeff Comia. Nice pass. Cani could have shot that ball, but they do have time. Pass on to Jem. Three-pointer. Oh, what a day. That is three-pointer number 6 for Jem Cruz. He has 18.
At saka alam mo yung mga legit na scorer talaga, they understand that the catch-and-shoot situation is the most optimum time to score because that defense not set.
Sorry, here's the problem on the other end. Jem Cruz's defense is being exploited by Rojas.
Right. And for the most part, he always has his hands down on a post-up. You know, you gotta be able to make yourself taller and wider defensively para ma-check mo yung offense.
Lalo na naka-front siya.
Right.
But now, it's Hubert Cani who just stepped back, and it worked for him. A three-pointer. He's up to 7.
Well, I guess strategically, kailangan rin pag naka-front, but there has to be help on the back end.
Oh, yes.
No? Somebody to tap that ball away, or at least to get a arm in case a shot is hoisted.
Marvin Lee, no good. Offensive rebound. Nice spin. Charles could not buy a bucket. And now here's Renz Palma. 2-on-1. Palma, pass on to Hubert for the finish.
You could always tell na i-give up na ni Renz Palma at the speed that he was going and the way that he was looking at the other end.
57-50 now. Practically no more separation between the shot clock and the game clock. Shaq Alanes returning from 3x3 basketball. Pass inside. JV Gallego, the other lefty. That's a foul. Somebody caught his arm.
Shaq Alanes also cannot catch any momentum, at least in this game.
Well, he did say that he's not yet in his best shape. He needs to lose around 5 more kilos. Marami silang ganun na nanggaling sa 3x3. Marvin Lee also has to lose 4 kilos. I would argue JV Gallego actually got bigger. I'm not sure if this is his best state. It has to come from them. So maybe I'll get some time with him. Second free throw, no good. And that's it for a third quarter. What would you say about the pace in this frame?
Well, at least in the third quarter, it's a little bit better. Lalo na more intentional sa transition basketball itong Negros. I mean, feeding off Hubert Cani, Jeff Comia, and Renz as well, getting in there out in the open. And of course, Jem Cruz also making shots.
Well, all of Jem Cruz's points have come from downtown. All 18 of them. It's 57-51 after it was a 13-point game just a while ago. So this end of third quarter score is brought to you by GameX. If you're Bicol, you'll gladly take this.
Suzuki, the official motorcycle partner of the Mpbl and GameX.
Presenting our Suzuki muscular and sporty fan of the game, just like the Avenus, do more and achieve more with a muscular and sporty scooter from Suzuki. The Avenus, oras na para magmotor. You're back inside the Cuneta Astrodome in Pasay City. This is Mix Gomez at your service, alongside Coach Mike Perez and Andrea Envicio for Bicolandia versus Negros In our second game, Mindoro will take on the Zamboanga Master Sardines. And then in the last one, the Pasay Voyagers will be defending their home court for the first time in the season against Coach Tantan Banal and the rest of the Abra Weavers. Coach Tan's team, by the way, is off to a fantastic start, winning both of their games as well, much like the standing of Negros. And now, we shall break down our quarter scoring.
Well, the best quarter so far para sa Bicol, 27 versus 26. A lot of that has to do with Marvin Lee and RJ Deles finally connecting from the outside and finding their range. I guess it really was a matter of them making shots, and hopefully they get to build on that, and so they come back. They're down only, what, 2 possession games. It's so much time left in this quarter.
Baseline inbound for JV Gallego. He's working with Rojas Alanes. They also have Burgos and Lee. Shaq found an opening on his strong side, and he exploited it.
Yeah, and good move right there. Went on the low side, rejected that screen, and emptied that entire left side of the floor for him to create.
57-53. Jem Cruz for his 7th three-pointer. That's short. There's a push. A foul on Rick Kaunan.
Well, much as we talked about catch and shoot right that time, para kay Jem Cruz could have been better off with a little fake and allowed Rojas to fly by and maybe do a escape dribble before making any attempts. Medyo minadali at that point yung kay Jem Cruz na yun.
Well, he has been feeding himself in this game. Alanes, same side, tough pass. That was a turnover waiting to happen.
Yep.
They got lucky. It's a baseline inbound.
Hindi rin niya nakita si JB sa kabila, no? Sa other corner. Could have been a corner drift.
Mahirap yun dahil wala na siya masyadong power.
Yeah.
Marvin Lee, that's off of his leg. Ooh, apparently the referee saw something else.
And spacing not well, so good on that side of the floor.
Now, this lucky fan of the game is brought to you by Buenas. So, those guys seem to be Negros fans. They are wearing Negros colors. Baseline. Alanes, that's his best look. Welcome back to the Mpbl, Shaq Alanes.
Created enough space against the defense of Comia. Good baseline out of bounds. Yan ang importante sa mga out-of-bound play na ganun eh. You get scores real quick.
And Alanes had a smile to Coach Mike Perez after he converted. He's been waiting for that moment. Now a chance to get the lead. Alanes all the way. 2 free throws.
But twice Jeff Comia caught late defensively against Shaq Alanes. He was really reeling, going back against Shaq. Good screen din.
There you go. After 2 years of playing 3x3 basketball, he has transitioned back to 5-on-5. There's Shaq Alanes. 5 kilos pa. On the way to 100% conditioning. Back to full court. You will get a lot of feedback from those 3x3 players. Kasi isa lang naman ang tanong natin sa kanila eh. Anong diferensya?
Yep.
And they would tell you different types of things, from mastering the half court and basically losing touch in the full court, as this free throw is brought to you by Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kumpletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. But so far, the most interesting thing that I got was from Marvin Lee. Sabi niya, pag 3x3 kasi, grabe yung pagod mo.
Correct.
Grabe yung pagod mo na naapektuhan yung ginagawa mo after the game and training. So what happens is, instead of doing extra work, you have to rest. Or resting sometimes is equal to eating, which means some of them gain weight. Yeah. As now Mark Atabay just scored inside.
And so it really boils down to discipline din.
Oh, yeah.
Try to choose the better route. Kasi yun nga, to your point, mahirap ang 3x3, a lot of action right there. Pero once naman nakuha mo yung discipline, you'll get a lot of strength into how you play. Just like Jordan Rios. I mean, he's playing excellently for Mindoro.
Yeah, I saw him a while ago. His body didn't seem to change.
Yep. Saka offensive rebound, very active si Jordan. Yeah, right. A lot of it comes from the 3x3.
Well, he did give himself a nickname. Basurero ng Rizal.
Oh, yeah?
Dati, yeah.
Tagapulot.
Tagapulot. We don't mean that in a negative way. Honestly, it's just really a testament to his scrappiness, his hard work. Now RJ Deles, a scrappy guy, now returns for Bicol. They're down by 2. Baseline for Marvin Lee.
But basically, as a coach, you like players like those
Of
that, you know,
course.
hustle pace, it turns misses into opportunities to score again.
One might even argue necessity yun for a championship team.
All right.
As now there is a foul called on the loose ball. Is it Mark Atabay?
Number 14.
Nope.
Number 10, RJ Dennis. That's his third.
It's RJ Delis. Oh yeah, because Negros will get possession here. So it couldn't have been on Atabay. One possession game. Hubert Cani saw some space. Oh, great steal by Gallego. Foot race. JB will miss. It's been a quite unfortunate afternoon for him. Atabay pass to Richard Campos, who is our arena announcer, which means it's outside.
May mga situations pag ganun ka nakalapit, lalo na if you have range, no need to put the ball on the floor. I mean, you really just can go up and take a shot.
Rafi Reyes returns. Last time we saw him, he was wearing a Zamboanga uniform. That was back in Season 3. Here's RJ Delis, a mainstay for Bicol.
That's a clear out, one-on-one on that left side.
Is it a mismatch? Well, that's a good stop by Atabay.
Well, I feel RJ wasn't fast enough to try and get past the defense of Mark.
And Mark was taller, is taller than him.
Right.
14 on the shot clock. Atabay trying to seal. Cani will fire straight away. Short. Rebound Reyes. Pass to the left. Shaq Alanis driving left. Another miss on a layup. How about the percentages, Coach Mike? Have they improved?
Yeah, a little bit. 32 and 35% right now. But, you know, especially on those made baskets in the third quarter to start the fourth.
Renz Palma, his three-pointer is good. That was smooth.
8th made three-pointer so far para sa Negros, coming out of 19 attempts.
One guy is enjoying that, or surely enjoyed that three-pointer, and that's Uncle Roger Montalvo, who's watching all the way from Negros. Mainit daw. Tulad ng mga sitwasyon ng teams natin dito. As Atabay just got a good stuffed block, and here's the counter. Hubert Cani, pass inside, block on the other end. Ball out of bounds in favor of Bicolandia. And now Ivan Ludavisa will return alongside JV Gallego. Capobres will now sit down. There's a pass inside. Good feed, but a better recovery by Mark Atabay. See the numbers of Mark. That was block number 1 for him. Rafi Reyes, pull up, short, rebound, Atabay. It's 62 to 57. Renz Palma, two-man game. Pass to the right, Cani, not much space there. Back to Palma. Now they go to Rick Kaunan, mid-range, too strong. Rebound, Chris Xavier.
Now very good spacing on that last execution by Negros. That right side pretty much loaded.
Gallego on the move. Gallego could not finish. Counter with Hubert. One-on-one. Cani. That's a bump. Clear foul at Shaq Alanis against his longtime foe, even in PBA 3x3. Hubert Cani.
I mean, Shaq knew that he couldn't recover anymore, so he had no choice but to bring him to the line and get his points from the free throw.
Now we have James Una coming back to replace Mark Atabay. Wonderful job though by Mark in this game. Here's Hubert Cani.
I surprisingly see James Una playing limited minutes today after being one of the key contributors of Negros in that win against Pasay.
Well, he did have 3 fouls in the opening quarter.
Yeah.
5 minutes and 11, Hubert Cani, the former FEU Tamarao, converts on his second. And there's Cristiana Di Maunahan. I'm sure you guys have seen that trending video saan nag-1-on-1 silang dalawa and then they ended up kissing. Oh, may ganun.
Talaga?
Babantayan ni Hubert si Cristiana and then biglang isa-smack para ma-distract. Chris Xavier is called for a walk.
As Chris felt that he had that opportune time to score and called for the travel.
Here's Ivan Ludovice. 64-57. Rick Kaunan. High-low. Nice seal by Una.
Yeah, right.
Basket and one.
And more importantly, nakita kagad ni Kaunan and trying to find Una underneath.
We've been mentioning that he played well in their previous game at 13 points and 6 boards. Now he's trying to catch up.
At hindi madali yung pinag-post-upan niya. Si Rafael Goyon, a little bit has strong body too, but you know, you get lower on a stance against any big, gives you a little more power and momentum underneath.
Have you covered him before?
I think twice already.
Twice na. What school did he represent?
I don't recall it.
Sa dinami-rami ng
Oh,
players. Okay, well, at least for me, una kong coverage to para kay James Una. So, let's see what more he can prove to us. RJ Deles, screen by Rojas. Up top, Marvin Lee. 8 on the shot clock. Marvin up and under. Tough shot, no basket. Recovery for Rojas. That's a foul by James. How many does he have? Fourth.
Yeah.
So he hasn't been called for a foul since the opening quarter.
Medyo mahirap yung mga dribble penetrations ngayon ni Marvin Lee in the fourth quarter. I mean, 3 times we've seen him go that right side of the floor, and that lane's always been loaded, so he couldn't finish strong.
Okay, now let's go back to Andrea Indicio.
Being the captain of the Muscovados, Renz Palma is of course expected to lead his team. And so far, sabi ni Coach Bonnie, he's been living up to their expectations. Biro pa nga ni Coach Bonnie, biruin mo yon, napapatakbo niya ng 6 a.m. si Mahinay. Kwento nila sa akin, Renz really sets as a good example to his teammates. Pag sinabing 6 a.m., he's there leading the pack at 6 a.m. Nabanggit din sa akin ni Jermaine na iba ang disiplina na meron ng team na ito. Well, as expected, if you have a rule-oriented coach, samahan pa ni Renz, who I've noticed is a very vocal captain inside and outside of the court. Have you noticed, Migs and Coach Mike?
Well, at least he's getting better with his communication, if Andrea noticed it. And might I say, as you get to see the numbers of Renz Palma, this could be one of the effects of having Gerson Cabiltes as your former coach.
Right.
Wala kang choice dun eh. Pag
Correct.
si Gerson ang coach mo, kailangan mo magsipag. And speaking of sipag, sayang yun. Ang ganda ng takbo ni James Una. And that's a foul by Ivan to stop the break on the other end.
Tsaka yung mga ganun, you don't just see it on one player, you see it on the entire team. You know, exerting a little bit of extra effort and talagang porsigido na magpakondisyon. And I feel that Renz is kind of like the marquee para dito sa Negros.
Okay, that's a big testament.
He's expected to lead by, you know, these younger players.
Markey, by the way, is our player of the week. On the 6th season of the Mpbl, the living legend continues to be a living legend.
2 games, 18 rebounds each game.
Exactly.
Right.
And big wins, huh?
All right.
Those weren't against teams who aren't loaded. What a guy, Markey. Big praise to you.
Very efficient, very few turnovers. Rarely puts the ball on the floor, finds open guys.
Speaking of efficiency, how about his former teammate Ivan Ludovice, who doesn't take too many shots, but he's up to 6 points.
Yeah, I guess one thing that Ivan, I feel, could really do a little bit more for Negros, as you see that basket by Burgos right there, is, you know, a little bit more board distribution for Ivan Ludovice.
For Ivan, okay.
He had 2 and 4, I think, respectively on these last 2 games. And I feel medyo...
In terms of assists?
In terms of assists.
Well, he already has 8.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
That's in this game. Kani, nice cross, but no finish. Recovery. Una. Kaunan. That's a foul.
Good move by Kaunan right there. Initiated the contact and went strong for that finish.
Now, this play of the game is brought to you by Buenas. Ivan Ludovice taking his championship experience with Davao and his finals experience with Bacoor to Negros. So it's him alongside the before mentioned Renz Palma, who are taking on the leadership duties on the court for Coach Bonnie Garcia.
And might I say, hindi ganun kadali yung layup na yun. I mean, he was steamrolling going down with that right leg up, finishing with the left hand.
Well, it didn't seem like it. He's that good.
Oh, yeah.
Ivan is now having some laughs with Shaq Alanis at the side. I think they're former teammates. Yeah, with the Pasay Voyagers back in the day, Season 2 of the Mpbl. Rojas drives. Leaner, too strong. Offensive rebound. Rojas still at it, and he's fouled. That's it for Una.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, was it a different guy? It's Renz Palma.
Oh yeah, it's Renz that they called the foul on.
Kinabahan si Una.
Pero I think 3-4 times already si Rojas has been going that route, no?
Yeah.
Right side of the floor.
He seems to be an undersized big who truly encapsulates that role.
Yeah, very important, lalo na if you're undersized big, to have that medium range, no? Perimeter shots, you know. One dribble pull-up, elbow to elbow. At least to counter kung nagsasag yung defense to drop coverages.
That's 12 points and 5 rebounds now for the undersized big of Bicolandia in Rojas. Over 2 minutes remaining. Palma almost walked, and that is a turnover. Deles on the move. Marvin Lee fakes. 2 dribbles. Leaner, yes, the lead is 6.
Now this is just a two-possession game here. You need one good stop.
That's 18 points now for Marvin Lee in this game. The last 2 minutes are brought to you by GameX. Check that, Marvin Lee has 16. 70-64. Ivan Ludovice, 4 on the shot clock. That is a turnover. A good chance for Bicol. And that's a counter steal. Good hands by Hubert Cani. But Bicol will retain possession. Before we continue, we have a timeout. 93 seconds remain. And there will be a review. Oh, so there's no timeout, just a review.
Yeah, and thankfully for Bicol, at least last touch nun si Renz Palma, no? Defensively, I feel Deles could have sagged off a little bit on Ludovice on that middle ball screen. So at least you still have a chance here. They're down only by 6.
All right, so we did get confirmation that there wasn't any timeout called, just a review. And here's the replay. Pass touch. Renz Palma.
Renz Palma, yeah.
Oh, it was an absolute pass from him. Okay, now we have a timeout. 70-64. Marvin Lee scored 19 points in the second half versus Zamboanga, so only 5 in the first 2 quarters. It seems like he has that trend.
Yeah. At saka, no, a scorer like him would really need to find his shots. And tonight, he's 16 points, going 2 out of 8 from 3. So all of them coming from the third quarter. To go to 5 assists and 2 rebounds.
We're talking about the threes, both coming from the third frame.
Right.
12 out of the 16 points for Marvin Lee have come in the third and fourth quarters. Now they have possession, down by 6. Deles at the corner, baseline drive. RJ hangs, RJ scores.
Good finish right there by RJ. Now they got a good stop here.
We have another good ending in the 6th season of the MPBL. That's what this campaign has been all about. Hubert Cani against Marvin Lee. College foes now in the MPBL. 7 on the shot clock. Hubert still has it. Down to 5 seconds. Pass inside. Almost a steal. Kaunan will miss a good tap. 1 minute to go. Bicol down by 4. Marvin Lee. There's the pass, the drive, and the block.
Well, 2 things that could have gone that way. They could have swung that ball to that wing 3 on the opposite side, but Marvin instead opted for that big that was rolling, and Kaunan right there to stop the drive.
It was both Kaunan and Una. Nauna pa nga si Una. Baseline inbound, 54 seconds. There's a post-up, block story 10-4, and another basket. This time by Rojas. And guess what? It's now 70 to 68.
And understanding that Una already got 4 personal fouls and tried to exploit that, almost useless at that point. Si Una could have fouled or fouled out, but really just let go that attempt.
Rojas now has 14 points and 7 rebounds in this game. The undersized big, who apparently has a post game, able to contribute. 1 possession game. Palma on the run. Renz will attack. Palma wasn't fouled, but there's the basket. Oh, they need a teammate. Here's Marvin Lee off of the inbound by Charles Burgos. 44 seconds remain.
Could go for a 2-for-1 here.
Marvin Lee attacks. Good defense by Kani. The bounce. Rojas almost walked. 1 more pass, and will there be a review here? It looks like we will just continue.
They say the ball stays with Bicol.
Yeah. Remember, under the last 2 minutes, yeah, it will be only review for a referee. And they will make use of that option. As Palma just scored for Negros.
We'll have a review on the last out of pass play.
Hindi na kailangan ng challenge dito. Yes, our referees will take a second look. It's virtually a timeout for Coach Raymond Valenzuela and Coach Bonnie Garcia. But this would be a big call for Bicol.
Yep. And you know, execution-wise, you gotta get some points real quick. So ito, opportunity for a little 2-for-1. So just in case they still have 1 more crack at it, as the last possession.
By the way, we did see the Abra Weavers. They will take on Pasay later on. Here's the replay, Coach Mike.
Could have been a trouble.
Right.
Oh, yeah, could have been a trouble. That right foot slid.
There you go. That's why you had to review. But still, Bicol will take possession here. All right. Baseline inbound for RJ Delis.
Yeah, you have to watch out for Shaq Alanes. Remember, they did a really good baseline out of bounds earlier with Shaq hitting that 3.
They go to Rojas. 10 on the shot clock. Shaq Alanes hounded by Ivan. Baseline, no foul. Recovery for Rojas. 2 players defending him, and that's basically a turnover. Shot clock violation.
Well, Rojas had nowhere else to go after getting into that wall on the post. And once he spun, tried to locate someone else on the same side of the floor, and that was empty.
So now, with 22 seconds remaining, Negros leads by 4, and Bicolandia has 1 foul to give.
Yeah, so they gotta give up that foul, so with the hope of sending someone on to the free throw. Sayang yung opportunity niya para kay Bicol. Good chance sana, lalo na to free up Shaq Alanes. But Shaq really got covered real well, and so he opted to drive it.
They weren't even able to find a good shot.
Yeah.
At least the ball didn't hit the rim. And there you see Ino Comboy. So Ino did play 3x3 with a lot of players here in this game, and also played college ball with a couple of players who are now playing for Bicol and Negros. Mac Talio has been splendid on his Mpbl return, and that just made me realize that's the farthest venue that we have in the north, Abra.
Oh yeah.
In the south, at least kapag land trip, it's Bicol. And we did get word that we will travel to those 2 provinces here in the 6th season of the Mpbl. So it will be a full court inbound. 1 timeout remaining for each of our coaches. Full court, Coach Mike, to use up the 24, which means there's no more shot clock. Will they change this? Oh, they'll make it half court. So they will have 14 on the shot clock.
So they'll run their sideline out of bounds here. I think this is a normal play for them. They're signaling L.
14 seconds on the shot clock.
Practically 4 guards and a big man in Jeremy Mahinay. With the Visek, Kani, Cruz, and Palma. That's the last foul to give for Marvin Lee and company.
Foul number 13, Marvin Lee penalty. That's his first.
And now you hope the percentage would swing your way if you're Bicol. But you gotta secure the defensive board first and run quick at the other end.
Ludovice. First free throw is good. So that put them over the limit.
Yep. So now it's up to 5.
Ludovice. Second one. Oh, long. So it's now 73-68, and it's a double dribble. Very unfortunate for RJ Deles, who hasn't been happy with the referees today.
Unforced error right there for Bicol. Could cost them the game already.
Here's Palma. Will he be fouled? Deles chasing him, not fouling him. There you go. Took some time. Got 10 seconds remaining. 2 more free throws. Here's the leading scorer of Negros in this game, Renz Palma. And he's 6 out of 13 from the field. 46% pasado kay Coach Mike.
At may 4 pa siyang free throw. 4 na assists to
There
go.
you go. Even his free throw shooting is 6 out of 7. Way to find a new home, Renz Palma. Quite ironic because he was actually homegrown from Nueva Ecija. But now we have a timeout for Bicol. They're praying for a miracle here. Somebody wants to channel his inner Reggie Miller.
Yep. Somebody's got to score real quick here. Time really pretty much not on the side of Bicolania, but they have shooters in Shaq, but Shaq only hit 3, I think, middle of the third quarter, and Deles also hit a couple. We'll see how this goes.
Marvin Lee might be a candidate, but he's 2 out of 8 so far. Alanes is 1 out of 2. Deles is 2 out of 5. The rest haven't been able to make a 3-pointer. Okay. And let's see how Negros will be able to play defense here in this next sequence. They have Brix Ramos returning, and Una is also there. This is really switchable, right?
Yep. And they got rid of drop coverages because they know the shots are going to come from the outside. And you have to have players that's capable of going the length of the floor in terms of closeouts.
JV Gallego on the other end is joined by Marvin Lee. They also have Charles Burgos, Shaq Alanes, and RJ Deles. Smaller lineups. Okay, it will be a sideline inbound for Shaq Alanes. Where can they go?
Could be an elevator here.
There you go for JV Gallego.
Yeah.
But he wasn't able to escape. Good defense by Brix Ramos. Deles will fire. That's no good. That should be it. Una gets the final rebound in this game, and Negros will get its 3rd win of the season. What a start for Coach Borny Garcia.
Yeah, going 3-0 right now, and the Negros team really just finding enough strength to come up with another good win here. And the thing is, different players are actually leading their team in each of their wins.
Well, Jem Cruz top scored for them in their previous outing. He finishes with 18 in this game. But their new top scorer is Renz Palma. He is our best player of the game, brought to you by Buenas. What impressed you the most out of his outing?
I think it's his consistency. You know, there were moments that he was a little bit frustrated, but you know, finding open guys, shooting from the outside, getting out in the open, and dishing if needed to really told on his performance for today.
Congratulations to Renz Palma. And here's our final score, brought to you by GameX, 75-68 in favor of Negros against Bicolandia. So it's a struggle on the other end for Bicol with their start here in the 6th season of the Mpbl. Up next, we have Paul Desiderio and Mindoro taking on JC Marcelino and the Zamboanga Master Sardines. So stay tuned for that. Thank you for joining us in our first game here inside the Cuneta Astrodome. For Andrea Endicio and Coach Mike Perez, my name is Mix Gomez. At magbabalik pa po ang Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino.